Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back if you're watching my video. Today I'm going to break down, give some opinions, my thoughts, and give some analysis on what I've been working on since I woke up this morning at 6 a.m. So I broke down 4 different charts. I broke down Bitcoin, USD. I broke down total 3, which is what we're currently looking at. I broke down USDT.D, and I broke down total market cap. All right, and I want you to be able to use the information that I provided to form your own biased opinion to help facilitate your trades. Nowhere in this video am I telling you when to invest or when to sell or when to buy. I am just showing you the work that I put in and explaining some things on what I see. I see things differently because I'm a numbers guy. I analyze things. I look for patterns, okay, which I don't always use technical analysis. I use patterns to identify trends. And then technical analysis can come in to support those, which Not of Works does a lot of. So when I form my biased opinion based on the patterns that I see, a lot of times I will watch Not of Works in his videos, and a lot of times he confirms what I'm seeing in my patterns. And majority of the time, they work out exactly to what I'm seeing. And it works great. It works really good. So this is what I see in my patterns today. So right now we're looking at total market cap, total 3. This excludes Bitcoin and ETH, okay? So this is just pretty much altcoins that we're looking at right now. And there is some concerns here, but I also want to show you why there isn't concerns with the other charts that I'm going to show you, okay? So use it as you may. So as you can see, what I did is I laid out the Elliott Wave Theory, okay? And I've never done this. I've never used the Elliott Wave Theory, so I've provided this in the charts to sort of give you some direction of what may happen, okay? Be it good or bad. You can see that we didn't have a whole lot of data back here before 2017, so some of the numbers obviously are going to be skewed as far as the amounts. These blue bars that I've provided, the ones on the tops, means it's moving up, and the ones on the bottom means it's moving down. So I highlighted and color coded these arrows to show you what's happening on the chart given that time frame and the volume that is happening in that time frame. So for example, breaking this first one down, had 695 volume dating back in 2017 when it moved up to its peak. And then when it moved down, you can see the volume was 18 trillion, okay, in the amount. And all that is showing you how many buys and sells. That's it. So even though the volume up was only 695 billion, a lot of people were trading back and forth. The same person or same institution, VC, whatever you want to call it, was buying, selling in a peak, waiting for it to come down, rebuying, selling again. So that's where you're seeing. That's why that volume is 18 trillion down here, okay? So just remember that. It's not 18 individual $1 bills, okay? It's trades coming in and out, the amount of volume from ups and downs, okay? Now, when you see back here in 2020, you can see it moved up. There was 74 trillion in volume, okay? And that's much higher than back here at 695. So a lot of money came in during that period, right? And there was a lot of trades during this period, much more than back in 2017. Remember, everyone says it runs in cycles of 4 years. So you can see the drastic difference from 2017 to 2021, okay, that we're looking at here, in the amount of volume of trades. And then it corrects. So you can see here was 47 trillion. In the amount of time it took from the peak to when it found the bottom. 47 trillion, which was much higher than dating back in 19 when it corrected after the high. It was 18 trillion. This one's 47 trillion. So you can see there is a trend. It's moving up. Okay. Each bar is going higher and higher, and each cell is going volume higher and higher. Okay. So what does that mean? The charts move up because trading volume, more money is coming in. So you can see that when you look at this, right? It's always made a higher low. Even though that cycle is taking 4 years, it always makes a higher low. All right. So the Elliott Wave Theory is showing here that it's going to make a higher low. Okay. This is what I'm laying out. There's the low. Here's the higher low. Here's the next higher low. All right. Makes sense. And all I did was just bring this line down here. Nobody knows where this line is going to end. We all have theories. It can end here on wave 2, or it can end on wave 2, or wave 4, or wave 2 is what I'm saying in the Elliott theory. In the previous, you can see that typically the higher low right here has targeted wave 2. Okay, so it's very possible that this targets this wave, and that's why I brought it down here. Okay, because this ends right here, which means altcoins could have a substantial drop with money moving out, because we're at 817 billion. It could move to 464 billion. Now, why this is important, because Bitcoin right now, everyone is in Bitcoin. I'm going to prove this to you in the charts when I show you the other charts. And everyone is expecting altcoins to continue to move down, right? As proven by the Elliott Wave Theory. Investors, traders, VCs, they all know the Elliott Wave Theory. They see this chart. They see this right here. They see this. Okay? They are expecting altcoins to still drop. That's why you see all the fear on crypto. That's why you see everyone spreading fear. Okay? Is because they want it to go down, because they want people to move to Bitcoin to push Bitcoin higher. All right? Use this information that I'm providing to you wisely, because it's very, very important. Now, can we see, what can we see happen? Can we see something different? Yes. This can be invalidated, okay? We can come down here and literally this new high can be formed up here, and we can just blast off. Yes, it's always possible. But I'm providing this information to you so you can make your own judgment based on what you see. All right, this is total market cap excluding Bitcoin and ETH. Okay, just includes altcoins. Now, as you can see here with volume, it looked like volume is a little bit lower here compared to here. So can this still move up? Yes, this can extend out. Okay, if we base it off of the previous data in the amount of volume, this should trend higher. This should move up, way up here, if what we're seeing right. Altcoins should move up, but the Elliott Wave Theory says it can move down. All right? And I'm going to prove this to you that the market is undecisive right now. It's very undecisive on which direction to go, which will lead me right into USDT, because that proves why the market is indecisive. I laid out, this is USDT Dominance. I laid out the chart in the channel that we're in. This whole channel was consolidation dating back from 2024. So we've been in a consolidation for USDT since 2024. Okay, that's why the market is indecisive right now. Because if you look at the Elliott Wave Theory on USDT, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it peaked and then it corrected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 when it hit its low the very first time. And then what did it do? It went back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did it reject? This right in this channel, it rejected 6.46. Okay. So you can see that it's bouncing off this channel as support and as resistance. And I will just show you these prices. Okay, so there you go. So you have that. Look where we're at right now. We're almost in the middle of this chart. The market is very undecisive right now on what to do. There's money in altcoins and there's money in Bitcoin. Okay, and there's some money sitting on the sidelines. This proves what Total 3 is saying right now. Can altcoins drop? Yes. Can altcoins send? Yes. It can go either way. Right now, I'm leaning towards moving up because it's lower in the channel. All right, and you can see the Elliott Wave Theory, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, bouncing off this. Now it's correcting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam, it hit its low. So USDT could have found a very new low of 4.42. Not sure. Not sure at this point if that's the case or not. But if USDT moves up, what happens? Well, there's multiple things that can cause this, okay? Money setting outside of crypto that is setting in gold. Gold has hit all-time highs. All right, some stocks have hit all-time highs. Okay, so that money is not being accounted for in this space, in USDT. There's a lot of money that can flow in from institutions because of the Genius Act that was just recently passed through the House and the Senate. Okay, that Trump's going to sign. I think he may have signed. I can't remember. I'd have to check. I don't think it's been signed off yet, but it's about to be. Okay, so a lot of money can flow in USDT. That does not mean money is going to flow out of altcoins, and that does not mean money is going to flow out of Bitcoin. Okay, I just showed you in Total 3 altcoins that the market has the possibility to go up or down. All right, so this is where we're at. Now, some are saying that we could see it go down, but right now for USDT, it's looking like it's moving up, which this is what we could possibly see. Okay, that's what we could possibly see for USDT. That money flowing in could be coming out of Bitcoin, which I'm gonna talk to you about that here in a minute. Or it could come out of altcoins. Or the third thing is come in from gold, come in from stocks, and because the Genius Act is now regulating the USDT, a lot of extra money could flow in. So Bitcoin and altcoins might not even be affected at all if this moves up, which is where I'm at in this whole thing. My opinion, that's where I'm at in this whole thing. There could be some small corrections in altcoins, in Bitcoin, okay, that drives this metric up. Let me be clear on that. There is indications that Bitcoin is going to crash. I'm about to prove that to you. Not prove it, but I'm about to show you why Bitcoin may drop. So we need to be prepared for that. Why is that good? Why is that bad? All right. If we look at the amounts here on the bottom chart, let me break this down to you. Okay. So we see that in the Elliott Wave Theory, these bars, this bar here is from the low to the high. Okay. Oh, actually, this needs to be a little bit more over here. This needs to be a little bit more over here. There we go. Now we're good. So you can see back in March 2024 to September 24, there was 11 trillion in volume. It went up. USDT went up, which the market probably dropped. You can use this chart and go back and confirm what I just said with Bitcoin and altcoins. You can confirm this because there's correlation. And then you can see that it dropped right here back in November, Remember what happened in November? When this was dropping, altcoins was doing what? Moving up. Altcoins were moving up from this September to November, and it hit its peak in the beginning of December. I think it was December 3rd, which was the low for USDT. Okay, so see the correlation there? So you can see there was 8 trillion in volume there. All right, that was moving out. Some was moving in, but that's how much moved out. Now, where did all that go? Now, again, it's not 8 trillion literally. You can't take it figuratively, because that is just the amount of people buying and selling. One person can literally influence the market by billions. Okay, and if you account for hundreds and tens of thousands of people trading, those people could be trading 8 trillion buys and sells cumulative over that time period. Okay, I just want to clarify that again. And then when it hit its bottom, what did it do? It started going up. Okay, so we can take this from dating back to December up until today's current date, where we're at now in June. Okay, so we can see crypto has been moving down. Altcoins have been moving down for the last 5 months. I'm sorry, 6 months. Okay, and that's because USDT has been moving up. There's the correlation. Okay, so now what do we expect to see? Right now, with where we're at, if this Elliott Wave Theory is correct, and it's came down and it's found its new low, okay, it's right here. We're now looking, USDT is now looking to move up. We're at a volume of 2.19 trillion in the amount that has been traded. Very, very, very low. So there's a couple theories I have on this. One, a lot of this volume could be sitting in Bitcoin right now because of all the news surrounding Bitcoin, the regulations, everything that the government is doing to push it forward. So there's just no volume right now in USDT because it's all setting in Bitcoin. It's all setting in Bitcoin. Hear me. Hear me on this. Very, 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 very important. So what happens if Bitcoin drops? What is going to happen with USDT dominance? When people sell Bitcoin, they sell it into cash, which means USDT moves up. Not very many people swap from Bitcoin into another asset, except for USDT. Okay? So check this out. This is what we're expecting to have happen. So we're at 2.19 trillion. We're waiting for an 838% increase from where we're setting at now at 2.19 trillion. If I pull this back, it stays the same up until this point. Okay? I just put it out based on the time frame, the averages of the time frames. I just extended it out. I got the averages and I extended it. Okay? And then I also got this number based on the increase here. Okay? So this is all I'm seeing is I just took this. I used the averages and I added it. So this is where we're at. So we're waiting for this. I think it's like around 16 trillion or something is what the total or something is supposed to be. It's something crazy. Actually, I think it was on the hourly, on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, 4-hour chart. Here we go. So actually, what I've been saying is still true, but the volume is different. So on the 4-hour chart, you can see 262 trillion based on this time frame, 325 based on this time frame. So what do we expect? We're expecting 487 trillion in this time frame. Okay? And that's an 838% increase from where we're setting at right now at 52 trillion on the 4-hour time frame. Okay? So that's where we're at. Again, in order for USDT to move up, money has to come from somewhere. It can come from altcoins, or it can come from Bitcoin, or it can come, like I said, from institutions starting to move funds into USDT. Banks starting to move funds into USDT. Okay, let me go ahead and move to Bitcoin now and show you why I say this. I'm on the daily time frame. Okay, this is the daily time frame. This is dating all the way back to 2017. You can see the Elliott Wave Theory was even taking place then. All right, you can see the arrow, it went up here. This is the trend line that it's currently following. You can see it's hit it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, 5 times. So it's a good basis for traders to use. Okay. And then you see dating back here, it goes down, moves down, the red arrow. Okay. There's no volume here. They don't put these volume tables on here. Well, for what reason? I don't know why. Maybe it's just something with Trading View on my end. I don't know why. It just doesn't show for me. That doesn't mean it doesn't show for others. Maybe it's I don't know. I pay for a premium membership, so I don't know why I don't have that. I've never been able to get it for whatever reason. I don't know if they've Trading View has monitored my account and they don't want me having that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But anyway, we don't need it. So you can see all these Elliott waves that I've used in the amount of times. So you have the amount of the days for how long things have been moving up. Bitcoin has been moving up. Honestly, it has never came back to retest its original high. It's always been in an uptrend. It's the truth of the matter. But it's always made higher lows and higher highs. So we have to use trend lines to support when to buy and when to sell. This is investors, this is traders, this is institutions, this is VCs, right? They need these trend lines to help them navigate when to buy, when to sell, or when to enter leverage trades. Okay? Now, let's lead us up to this point. What do we see right now? The Elliott Wave Theory says we went up one time, corrected, went up, hit this trend line, rejected, came down, and then we just came up and rejected it again. So, is Bitcoin going to correct? In my past videos, I have actually said that it could keep going higher. I've said that because of all the bullishness around the news with regulations being laxed, with the Trump administration pushing Bitcoin, with the Stablecoin Act, the Genius Act being approved. A lot of stuff is showing that there's possibility for it to keep moving up. And it will, even if it corrects and it crashes a little bit, it will still maintain the uptrend. But I believe it's about to correct, because based on everything I'm seeing in these charts is validating proof with patterns that this is what's going to happen with Bitcoin. Does not mean that it will, but I believe, my opinion, believe it will. And these charts are giving me a biased opinion that it's going to correct. So, with that being said, with the Elliott Wave Theory, with it rejecting this, it's about to drop. And then it's going to follow the Elliott Wave Theory until it comes back down and retest. Right now, I have it targeting 35,000, which I posted this. Oh, I don't know how long ago. It may have been back in December or November. I'd have to find the post that this was my target back in November or December. When it hit, I think it was up here somewhere. It may have been in January that I said that's where it was coming down to. So if that's the case, when Bitcoin crashes, where's that money going? USDT. I just went over USDT, where it can go. If Bitcoin crashes, does that mean it will pull altcoins down? There is a chance that it does, that there is a correction in altcoins. Okay? I'm providing it to you right here, right now. We have seen the longest time period for Bitcoin moving up than any other time or any other cycle previously. And you can see 904 days from when it used the trend line as support to when it now has bounced off this trend line twice, which it did previously back in 21. It bounced off of it twice. Okay? So that's just the pattern I see and I'm looking at on what we can expect. So if you're holding Bitcoin, use this information wisely. Use it as a warning. Use it to form your own biased opinion of what may or may not happen. Now, I'm going to, with the drop, by the way, let me just touch base this. This is 439 days. This is just me marking the top here, rejecting the trend line, and how long. And again, this is just based on what I've seen on the trends, how long it takes to correct. So, and there's a good reason why I use this 439. It's based off some percentages. This was 370 days. This was less, yes, but this was almost double. So you have to average these out, and I do the math to see where we're at. So this is all just estimates based on what I see on the time frame. So that's why I use this, and I use the Elliott wave based on previous times that it's moved down. I could almost pull this over and it would look almost identical. Look, almost identical to what I got, just on a larger scale. Just on a larger scale. Okay. Now, let's take a look at total market cap, which includes all crypto. It includes all crypto. Now, this is important. This is very important. This is what I'm showing you here. Everything I've showed you up to this point, you can use to help facilitate some better trades and to protect you. Okay. Now here's total market cap. I posted this one, USDT Dominance and BTC USD on my page, all in one picture, and I pinned it for you to look at. Okay. Those three things. This one is the total 3, which excludes Bitcoin and ETH, is not in those pictures that I posted. That chart that I provided already in this video is not in those pictures. So you'll have to refer to this video if you want to use that information to make any or facilitate any trades or form an opinion. But this is total market cap. This is where we're at. We are following, as you can see, this trend line right here. This is where we're at before we move down. And you can see this is typically what happens. Okay. Once it moves up, it moves down. But we have not found reason yet for this to actually happen. Now it's very possible that we see the total market cap, which is Bitcoin, ETH, and altcoins, come down and break below this, this is where I'm at. I didn't do no Elliott Wave Theory or nothing here, but it's possible that this moves down and breaks, and if it does, then we're talking about a new downtrend. Okay, this would be like this. This would sort of be what we're looking at in here. If this is what happens with total market cap, it's a possibility. I don't see that happening though. I don't see that happen. Too much money is going to be flowing in from USDT because of everything that's happening. It's all the money is just rotating right now in the market, and it provides proof based on these trend lines, right? Between Bitcoin, right? Between USDT, between total 3 that excludes Bitcoin and ETH, all the money is just rotating. So I don't see us breaking this trend line. I just see this trend line continuing to be used as support and the top to be used as resistance. There's nothing that tells me otherwise. So right now, this is what we are expecting. And if you look up here at the chart, this right here shows, if you look at the price point of where we're headed, which is almost 5 trillion. Almost 5 trillion for total market cap. And we are currently setting at, with where we're at today, right at 3.19 trillion. Okay? Which is an increase that we could see of $1.63 trillion that is currently setting off to the side, waiting to enter in either to Bitcoin or altcoins. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Now imagine if Bitcoin corrects, okay? If Bitcoin corrects and more money flows in because of the Genius Bill and institutions moving money into USDT, USDT will go parabolic. People will wait to invest in Bitcoin, but where will they move those funds? Altcoins. Altcoins. I'm telling you right now, altcoins could have the biggest run we've ever seen in the history of crypto. Nothing like we've ever seen before. There is a good probability this will happen. And that's why I'm sharing this to you. If you remember in my earlier video, or in this video, but earlier in it, I was showing you what could happen with when Bitcoin crashes and money flows into USDT, and how USDT will flow into altcoins, where we could go with total 3. So this is where we're at right now. We're in the middle. We're in a place of indecision. I talked about this earlier in the video and proved to you why we are. This is with USDT. We're in the middle. Total crypto market cap, all crypto, is undecisive right now. A lot of money sitting in Bitcoin right now. I believe it's about to crash. And if it does, and it comes down, USDT will go up. Altcoins has the possibility to go from 850 billion market cap to 435 billion, which could be a crash. Or it may not even do that, and we see money flow from Bitcoin into USDT, then into altcoins, which would send altcoins up, which is what I believe is going to happen because of technical analysis that I'm seeing in altcoins. I'm seeing bullish divergences all over the place with altcoins right now, which tells me higher. Everything that I see here is telling me higher. So the total market cap that we're looking at here, I believe, is about to move up. And it's about to move up because USDT is about to drop and Bitcoin is about to drop, which is going to stabilize USDT. Okay? If you're looking at it here, we're in the middle. If Bitcoin drops, USDT is going to go up. Okay? Reject this. Altcoins are going to send. Okay? Altcoins are about to send from what I've provided here in the charts. It's about to move up. Oh, God. The chart's not wanting to. The lines are not wanting. There we go. We could see that little correction, and bam, and we're going to be up here, which is where I believe we're going, way up here. Now, as far as that, I haven't broke down the amount on what I expect from the low to the high. I could do some quick math here and just show you this is what we've been seeing with these lows. So let's just run the averages here on what we expect. Okay, so we see dating back here 370 billion. Okay, in volume to the high. We see 1.7 trillion here. Found the new low. Topped off at 830 billion. So see, we're still missing out on a lot. Look at that increase there. Almost a 300% increase. And this hasn't even, this needs to be, if we're talking 300% increase, we're talking 4 trillion, guys. I mean, we're talking 4 trillion. We're talking up here. Absolutely, this would be absolutely insane if we came down and touched this and literally just and sent, which is, you know, that would just be absolutely crazy. That would just be nuts. But on a conservative side, I just don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. I could see us following this trend line here, but even that is sort of invalidated because if it did, this right here would have went up and bounced off of this. So it would have double tapped. See, it didn't even do that. Didn't even make it up there. So, and that's altcoins, by the way. So altcoins hasn't really seen the rally that it deserves. This right here is in my opinion, this is why everybody says we have not seen euphoria yet. It's because euphoria would be up here. This was not euphoria. This was back in December. Okay, this was just like a mini run. This was just a mini altcoin run. This is not the main altcoin run. The main altcoin run will be up here. And this is what will happen with that. This is what we will see with that. This is what we will see with that. And it will touch it just like that. Or it could do, it would actually would be more of a, it would be more like this, because that is, would be this. This is what you would see. Okay. That's what you would see. So with that being the case, this is sort of what we can see based on the patterns on what may happen. And with it being 1.7 trillion, this sort of confirms if it doubles 1.37. So you can see that it's just based on the math here. From here to here, 300%, 100%. I mean, this is just a conservative number here. This is very, very conservative. So we could be targeting this for altcoins. This is what we could be targeted for altcoins, 2.37 trillion. And we're sitting at 819 billion right now. That's where we're sitting at right now. And the market is what? Indecisive right now on what to do. And I believe because all money is sitting in Bitcoin. Again, I just showed you this in the video. Most money is sitting in Bitcoin because people are expecting it to go higher. I am not trying to be a bear against Bitcoin. I'm not. I'm bullish. But that's not what these charts are showing me. These charts are showing me a major correction is coming to Bitcoin. That's just what it says. That's just what it says. That's what Elliott Wave Theory is showing me. And I can't, there's no other way around that. There's no other way around that. I mean, it's just what it says. It's what it shows. If you use the previous, it's just, the Elliott Wave Theory has been proven as 100% accurate. 1, 2. Now we're on the third attempt. We're on the third attempt. Either it's going to be disproven on the third attempt, or it's going to be proven again as something that we can use as a tool to show us when Bitcoin is in overbought territory. Which, if you go to CoinMarketCap and I pull up Bitcoin for CoinMarketCap, I believe it's at like 60% for fear and greed, and altcoins are at like 25%. So Bitcoin's been moving up for a long time. It's been moving, but it's also been moving up quite a bit here. So it's got to have a correction at some point. And I think everybody has been expecting more money to flow into Bitcoin, and it just hasn't been there. It just hasn't been there. The money has not flowed into Bitcoin like people expected. And I think that's your signal. All of this bullish news that has came out, and Bitcoin has not parabolically sent. It should have. It's just facts. Think about it. I'm not trying to be a bear on Bitcoin. Okay, but that's just what the patterns, that's just what the data shows. I mean, we've been in a longer uptrend since it found its bottom back at 15,000 in 2022. And now, almost 3 years later, it's up here. How long does it take for Bitcoin to correct? About a year. So if you're talking a 4-year cycle, we're talking December 22 to December 25. And then, bam. 1 full year of just going down. Actually, it'd be less than that, because if you look, what's the time frames here? 370 days, about a year. 250, a little less than a year. 405 days, a little more than a year. You average it out, it's about a year. About a year, guys. No joke. It's about a year. So, and again, I provided that information here, that this is what we could see, how long it takes, 439 days. So it's close to the 4-year cycle. It's not quite perfect, but it's close. It's close. Very close. So we're looking for the correction to happen. You can see it tapped here twice, tapped here twice. So what comes next? Money flowing out of Bitcoin into USDT, and then money flowing into higher risk assets, which is altcoins, because people have been selling altcoins to move into Bitcoin and to move into USDT. And I've showed you that. If you look at USDT, you can see it's been in an uptrend. It's been in an uptrend. So that money has been moving out of altcoins into USDT. Okay. And that's why you see the corrections that we've seen with altcoins. That's why you've seen this moving down. That's why you see that we're in a downtrend. See? Easy as that. These charts help you to discern what to do with your trades and how to facilitate the trades. You've got everything you need in today's video for all 4 charts. To go back, analyze, review, correct me. I'm sure there's things you will disagree with. Good. You should form your own biased opinion on your own trades. That's not my job. That is not my job. I'm sorry. It is your job to use the tools and information that are provided that you may not have access to facilitate better trades. And I've given that to you today. And if you're not following Not of Works, go follow him, because he provides a little more in-depth of TA, which I don't do. I show you patterns. I see things differently. I'm not the best at TA, but I'm good enough to be able to use it to help support my patterns, which you've seen. So I hope this video has provided enough info for you today to take and use to prepare a plan in case the market drops with altcoins, in case the market moves up with altcoins, in case Bitcoin drops, what to look for, what to do, and how to position yourself for success. I hope this video has helped you. If it has, please retweet, please share. I make no money on X. I'm not paid. No one has ever paid me anything on X to do this, or for any coin for that matter. I've made zero money since I have been on X. I do this for free because I just enjoy it. I enjoy it. I love engaging with my followers, those that follow me, and I know it's very useful to some of you. So, and I'm just a data guy. I just love breaking data down. I mean, I love figuring this stuff out. I love challenges. I love problems. That's just who I am. If I don't know it, I want to know it. And that's why I do what I do. So, but that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Save this video, bookmark it, retweet it, follow me. Would appreciate every bit of support that you guys give me. So this is Crypto Cracker signing off for today's video, and hopefully you have much success in the future. Thanks for watching.